Okay, hello everyone. Today we will practice with making the very simple calculator. So for that reason we are creating a new project that's called Calculator 2017 Simple. Okay, and now one by one we are going to discuss how to create that calculator. The first few steps the same as always. So now we will kind of create a new application which will contains our calculator. So as long as we already try to make those kind of application quite many different times, so that's why I will skip some obvious steps which is necessary to build the application design. Okay, so let's stop. Okay, so this is our target for today. We're supposed to create this particular application. So here we do have text line and many different buttons what we are going to use in order to process our calculation. For example, like 10. Okay, so there is no functionality. It has only inbuilt button. Okay, so we will edit one by one. Okay, so this is the design. So just we're supposed to fix those kind of buttons first. So I will stop again and we will come back when the design will be finished. Okay, so now I just copy the design from the previous application to here. See that now my calculator 2017 Simple contains exactly the same buttons and text field as we had in our previous application. So as you can see here, so the all buttons are given. This is the all of our buttons presented in our calculator. So our text field has the ID edit text. I decided do not change it. Okay, and in the main activity it's actually empty. So now if I will try to click different buttons, so basically nothing happened. Okay, so now one by one we will add those kind of activities. Okay, so the first and the most obvious steps related to our edit text component we will also skip. Okay, so right now let's add those kind of components for our buttons. So here we do have button 1. Okay, button 1. Let's add. See that the on-click property is empty. I will just add click 1. Okay, and those on-click property later we will have to use in our design. Okay, so now we will come back to our main activity class. So in here, public void our click 1 view. Okay, so here as long as we are supposed to place our text into our edit text, so we will have to add this activity here. So private edit text. Okay, and on create I will add my text. Okay, so here is my edit text. Okay, same as we did many times, I will insert my text right here. Text, get text plus, so in here will be 1. Okay, so using that kind of formatting we can add those kind of on-click property to any other button. Just for instance, let's try how it will work. Will it work or not? Always necessary to check that particular step. Okay, so now if I will click the button 1, my 1 appeared. Okay, now we'll again stop and create those on-click property for the all other buttons from 0 to 9, and we will continue. Okay, so I create the on-click property for the all of our buttons from 0 to 9, okay, and launch it. So now we can try to see all of that. Okay, so basically it works. So now we can try other activity, for example, plus, minus, and dot. Those two buttons we didn't implement yet, so that's why we will like focus more precisely how to make them. Okay, so I create two properties like click plus minus and click dot. Those two buttons we will have to implement right here. Okay, I will just copy this one. Plus, minus. Okay, so what will have to happen when we will click the button plus minus? Okay, so if I will click this button, so the minus should appear in front of our text. So now in order to implement that kind of property, I am doing this minus plus. Okay, so that kind of procedure will insert minus in front of our text, what is already given. Okay, so now let's try how it will work. So basically that command will add extra text right here. So like I place 10, add minus, minus appeared in front of the text. So here will be some problem. So if I will click the minus again and again, so it will increment the number of that minuses right here. So basically our plus minus operation should work in that particular way. So I click the plus minus once, the minus appeared if there is no minus at that particular time. So if I will click the plus minus one more time, my negative number supposed to become positive. So basically we will have to remove that minus from here. Okay, first let's implement how to like make possible to add only one minus. So in general we will have to check, do I have minus right here in my text or not? Okay, in order to do that I will recommend you to use something that's called a string. And like let's call it number. Okay, so that string will contains our number one. Okay, so here I will add number equal our text. Okay, now if my number contains minus, okay, so basically here I need to remove minus, okay, else so here I need to add minus. So basically here I already add minus, but now how to remove minus? Okay, so here we do have some problem. Actually we forgot to add to string. Okay, now how to remove minus? So in general now our text set a text. Okay, so here I will have to display not the all characters what already presented. Here I supposed to remove minus. Remember the minus is always located into the first position. So the first position in Java has the index 0. So that's why I will use the command substring start from the 1. Okay, so it means that we will delete the first symbol until number length. Okay, so I think that should be -1. So, and that certain command will give us necessary case. Let's see what will happen. Okay, so here if I click 10, insert minus, okay, so here should not be 1. Okay, 1 plus minus. Okay, so now it's working. So we can add any other numbers, like plus minus, will implement that kind of property. Okay, so the next button what we will implement right here will be the button dot. Okay, so once again, how does the dot works? So if I will click the dot here, so the dot should appear kind of next symbol compared to what we already add. Okay, so basically the dot will be not different from the numbers what we already place. So if I will like present the dot button here, okay, and run, so now I will be able like to play that dot. But again, now we don't have a control. If I will click many dots, all of the dots will appear right here. So, and we will need to implement the coding similar what we already present for our like plus minus button. Okay, so if my text already contains dot, let's say doesn't contain dots, we will add dot. If not, so we will not add anything. Okay, so now okay, this is our 10 dot. Okay, if I will click one more time, doesn't work. Okay, so here the plus minus also working. So this is the way how to implement the dot component. Okay, so our next stage is to like implement those two buttons. So the clear button is very simple, so we did it many times, so that's why like, I will skip. And the button delete, so in case of the button delete, so here we will have to discuss it a little bit. Okay, okay, let's start from the button delete. Okay, I will just copy this part. Delete. So now, how to delete text? So we will always delete the character which is located at the end. Okay, so we also need to use the substring what we basically implemented right here. So that's why I will like, try to do the same. So I will create the string number which contains the all element from our text. Okay, so and just here we will have to add the elements what I need to delete. So remember in the when we remove the minus, we delete only the first character. So now we need to delete the last character. So the last character always has the index, this length -1. So that's why we will always delete that particular number. Okay, now let's try. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So now click delete. Okay, let's delete everything except the last character. Okay, I think we need to modify it. So here we will need to show which element I am going to display everything from 0 until length -1. Okay, let's try this way. Okay, so 10, 2, 3. Okay, so now we can see it's deleting so the all elements one by one. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now in order to delete all of that elements, okay, so we are using the substring command. So in the substring command we start displaying everything starting from the first symbol, which has the index 0, until the symbol with the index length -1. So the number length is actually our last symbol, but we don't need to display it. So that's why here where is the -1. Okay, so basically it solved the problem with the delete button, but if I will click it one more time, so application crash. Why does it happen? Because if there is no text presented right here, it will definitely crash, because there is no any text, nothing to insert, nothing to present in the screen. So that's why, again, similar what we basically try for the +- button. So now we will measure the length of our number. So if our length not equal 0, so we will do our reduction, like we will delete the last symbol. So if not, we will not do this. Okay, let's try. Okay, so here 1, 2, 3, delete, 2, 1. So if I'm clicking one more time, nothing happened. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so the next button what we will need here is the button clear. Clear is simple, we already built it before, so we just will set nothing like this. We'll delete all of those unnecessary cases. Okay, so and the more important here is like how to implement like plus, minus, multiply or divide and button equal. Okay, so the first we will add necessary on-click properties. Click minus, click multiply, click divide, and click equal. Click equal. Okay, all of that buttons we will need to like enable in our application. Okay. Click plus. And I will make all others similar. Okay. So we will have plus, minus, multiply, and divide. Okay, so now, okay, one more equal. equal. Okay, so now the all buttons what we need is already presented here. Okay, so what will happen when we will click button plus here? So the first of all, what supposed to happen? Okay, so here it's actually written in our text. So I will upload this file also, you can see it. Okay, so when we will click any button, plus, minus, multiply or divide, so we first need to save our operation ID. Okay, so in order to save it, we will use the boolean flag, which is presented here. So I will just copy them and place right here. Okay, so and like when we will click one of our buttons, so we will basically need like to change the appearance of our buttons according to our choice. For example, if we click the button plus, means that our operation plus should be true, minus, multiply and divide will be false, means that we basically choose plus operator, which means that when we will click the button plus. Okay, so here same, so if I will click the minus here, that's supposed to be false, minus true. So same for the multiply. True, and like divide. Okay, so now what else have to happen here? See that when we click the button plus, so the text what is displayed here, for example, I place 10. Okay, now I will click the button plus. So means that, okay, I will choose plus, but that number should disappear. So that number is our number one, what we are going to use. And instead of this number, we will have to display nothing and make our text field ready for the second number. Okay, so here again, if we will come back to our text, so here the B, what we will need to do, save the first number, because the 10 is our first number. So now how to save it? In order to save our number, we can use another string, and I will call it tag. String tag. Okay, so the tag we will use in order to save our number. Tag equal text get text to string. Okay, so this operator will save our text always when we will click one of that 4 buttons. So our tag will become number 1. Okay, and one more what we need to do, see that C, remove everything from the screen, prepare a screen for the second number. So in order to do this, we will going to like set text. So here I will just remove everything. So and we will need to place that things everywhere into our buttons, plus, minus, multiply and divide. Okay, so now when we will click one of that button, so the all necessary information will be basically given. Okay, so now okay, let's run it. Okay, so now if I will click like 10 plus, so tag now is 10 and there is no text, so I will click like 5. This is our second number. Now I will need to click equal. So and when we will click equal, based on the choice what we made here, so we are supposed to process our calculation. So this is our button equal. Okay, and actually the coding for the button equal is given right here. You can just paste it here. Okay, so the first we will create our result, which is equal 0. So now if we choose 5, we choose operator plus before, so we are going to calculate our result as summation in between tag and the text which is now given in the text field. So this is our second number. Remember, the tag is our first number. So now in order to convert those string component into the numbers, we are using the operator float pairs float. So here we are using the same float pairs float, but from the text what is now given in our screen. Same for the minus operator, so now we can see it's minus, multiply and divide. So if we will come back here, okay, so the last what we will need to do is to display our result in the screen. Okay, so here will be the text, set text. Okay, so now that will be our string value of result. Okay, so that will be our number. Okay, so now let's launch it. Okay, so here is our application, 10 plus 5 equal, it became 15. Okay, now clean everything. 52 multiply 69 equal that number. Okay, 45 minus 6, 39. And last one, 45 divided by 5, 9. Okay, so here another important part. What if I will divide by 0? Actually, it's showing the infinity. It's not crashing. Basically, that's all. So the simple design of our application is fixed. That is exactly what we need. Okay, so this is the first practice for our calculator. Okay, that's all. Let's stop it.